And we begin KVUE News at 5 with a live look at the Texas Senate chambers, where senators are debating amendments to Senate Bill 1, the bill that would approve education savings accounts here in Texas.
Now, this would allow families to use state funding to send their children to private schools in the state. KVUE's Ford Sanders joins us now from inside the state capitol. Ford, the bill's author, Senator Creighton, had to answer to multiple other senators today.
Absolutely. Questioning from both Democrats and Republicans is what bill author Senator Brandon Creighton was met with on the floor today. Now, this bill made its way out of the Senate Education Committee in a 10-3 vote on Tuesday. Today, the full Senate took to the floor to take up the bill in a Q&A session and also to make amendments. Committee chair and SB 1 author Senator Brandon Creighton says a bill like this will allow families to use $8,000 for private school tuition or other academic related resources. Some senators, though, suggested if public dollars will be used for these accounts, there should also be more oversight on private school admissions and accountability.
I'm not trying to impose any additional audits or accountability on public schools, and I'm not trying to impose any strings or additional measures that put restraints on private schools. That is not in the scope of this bill.
Multiple Democrats had pushback on this bill. Senator Jose Menendez says a bill like this is only going to benefit a fraction of students across Texas. Let's look at this. There's only enough funding in the bill for 62,500 students to take advantage of a school voucher program. And then with the fees added on, that number is actually even less, somewhere in the range of 55,000 or so. Well, this is something Mark Wiggins, a lobbyist with the Association of Texas Professional Educators, says is a hole in a voucher-like program like this. Wiggins also notes these programs can often be abused.
The program is going to potentially serve 1% of the kids those currently in public schools. But as we know already, because we discussed, it also is eligible to those currently in private schools.
We've heard about people using voucher funds for things like golf lessons, equestrian. It is fundamentally ripe for abuse. And there are very few controls and no way to track how a lot of this funding is being spent.
They're actually wrapping up amendments right now on SB 1 there in the Senate. They're also expected to take up SB 2 today, which talks about public school funding and some other resources in that bill as well. But they've yet to get to that. They say they might go until about 11 p.m. or midnight tonight. The House also met today, but they have decided to adjourn until 3 p.m. on Monday. Live from the Texas State Capitol, Ford Sanders, KVUE News.
Ford, thank you. Now, before lawmakers went to the House and Senate chambers early this morning, Democrats stood alongside superintendents and called the school voucher proposal a scam.
Plain and simple, public tax dollars do not belong in private schools. This is not Republican versus Democrat, rural versus urban. This is a fight between the bipartisan, pro-public coalition in the Texas House versus Governor Abbott, Dan Patrick, and his billionaire mega donors who are putting politics and profits over what's best for Texas kids. We must stick together to defeat voucher scams.
Governor Greg Abbott has said he supports education savings accounts because he believes they will empower parents. Tonight, he's scheduled to deliver a keynote address at a parent empowerment summit here in Austin. We'll have more details about that summit tonight at 10.